Hi class 2, welcome to English literature class. All of you please take out chapter number 11, Saving the Limi. Okay, today I am going to teach you this chapter, Saving the Limi. All of you please take out page number 117. Okay, so please come to this portion. So Kanchi, a young girl from Nepal, went to the forest with her grandmother and her brother Daju in search of the Limi plant. Okay, so Kanchi was a young girl who was from Nepal. She went to the forest with her grandmother and her brother. The brother name was Daju, and they were going in search of the Limi plant. The Limi is a special plant that has white flowers. What is a Limi plant? Limi plant is having white flowers and shiny green leaves. It is good for colds and coughs and aching bones. So, Limi is a name of a special plant, okay, which plant has white flowers, shiny green leaves, and it is good for cold and coughs. Okay, when we are suffering from cold and cough and aching bones, when our bones are aching, that time we can use that Limi plant. It is good for curing cold and cough. Because people do not always look after plants and trees, there are fewer and fewer of them left. So as you know that many people, they are not giving importance to the plants or herbs for the treatment. That's why very few of them are left. Kanchi, grandmother and Daju did not know whether there were any Limi plants left. So they don't know whether there were any Limi plants left. After ferrying across the river, they walked through a sal forest. Now they were crossing the river. Ferrying across the river means, you see the meaning of ferrying is given. Crossing a river in a boat. Okay, when you cross a river in a boat, that is called ferrying. So they were ferrying across the river and they walked through a sal forest. What is the meaning of sal? A North Indian tree. Okay. So they were going through that forest and there was a bamboo thicket, but they did not find the Limi there. There was a bamboo thicket. What is the meaning of bamboo thicket? Let's see in the meaning. Thicket meaning is a group of many plants or trees. Okay, where many plants and trees are growing together, that is called the thicket. Now we will see what they have done. Let us read this story to learn what happens next. So we are going to read the story now and we are going to find out what happens next. Okay. They climbed higher and came to a waterfall that rushed over the rocks. So they climbed higher. Higher means they were climbing the mountain. Okay. And they came to a waterfall. Where they came? They came to a waterfall. And what is the meaning of waterfall? Waterfall meaning, you know, a place where water falls from a high place to a low place. If you have seen waterfall, then you can understand when from the hilly region or mountainous region water falls down from that peak. Okay, so that is called a waterfall. So they were going towards that place. They climbed higher and they came to a waterfall and that rushed over the rocks. Over. Okay, so the rushed over means float quickly. So that waterfall was flowing over the rocks and they stopped here for a drink. So they stopped there to drink some water. Okay. Then Kanchi looked carefully at all the beauty in that wet and green place. She also looked for the 5-petal white flowers of the Limi. So Kanchi was carefully looking at all the beauty which was present in that wet and green place. And then she was searching for the 5-petal white flowers. So what type of flowers was Limi? In that flower, 5-petal white flowers were there. There were 5 petals. Okay. She did not find them near the waterfall. So there was no Limi plant near the waterfall. They now climbed higher where no grass grew. So they were climbing much higher and higher, but there were no grass. Only moss and small herbs beneath the tall trees. So what was present? Only moss. What is the meaning of moss? A soft green plant that grows like a carpet. Okay, moss is a soft green plant that grows like a carpet. If you have seen on the walls, like any damp wall or fence, you maybe have seen that there is a carpet like soft green plants growing, okay, on the fence. So that is called moss. Now turn to the next page, page number 118. Now, see, Kanchi looked all around that green and mossy place for the white flowers of the Limi plant. Okay, so Kanchi was looking all around that green and mossy place. She was searching for the white flowers. Okay, she was searching for the white flowers of the Limi plant, but she did not find them there. But she could not find the flowers there. Then again they came to the highest place, more higher place they are going, where no trees grew. So when they are reaching to the highest place, they are not getting any flower there. Okay, there were no trees also, and everywhere what was there? White snow lay on the stony ground. White snow lay on the stony ground. So you know that in hilly areas it is made of stones, no? So all the stony ground, it was covered with white snow. Okay, then Kanchi looked carefully around that white and stony place to find the starry flowers, of the Limi, but she found none there. So Kanchi looked carefully around that white and stony place. So everywhere she was searching in that place, but nowhere she can get that starry flowers, okay, of the Limi. But she found none there. Okay. Now you can see one picture now where you can see Kanchi is searching for the flowers with her grandmother and brother. Okay. Now they walked carefully back down the steep path. Now they are coming backwards. Okay. They walked carefully back down the steep path through an oak forest. So where they were traveling? Through the oak forest. What is the meaning of oak forest? Oak is a kind of large tree. Okay. And what is the meaning of steep path? A road that slopes up or down sharply. Okay. So which is a very sharp type of slope. Okay. Like I'm drawing one thing and I'm showing you. So this is a sharp slope. This is called the steep path. Okay. So this is called the steep path. Very sharp. Okay. So this is called the steep path. So like this way, they were coming backwards down the steep path through an oak forest. Kanchi looked up at the trees and the blue sky. So Kanchi was looking up at the trees and at the blue sky. The forest world was so wide, forest was so vast. You can see so many trees and so many things are present in the forest. So wide. There was a quick movement and a squirrel leaped down. They could see one squirrel coming down. Leaped down means, what is the meaning of leaped? Made a big jump. You know that squirrels, they always jump and they run. So a squirrel leaped down. The forest world was so full of life. The forest world was full of life. She looked down at the place where it had disappeared. It was a tangle of tiny plants and vines. So when they came down, she looked down at the place where it had disappeared. That means slowly when they were coming down, there were less forest. It was a tangle of tiny plants and vines, a small garden. So what is the meaning of tangle? Tangle meaning is a jumble of things. So many things was present. Okay. Of tiny plants. Many plants were present. Vines were present. Vines means, you know, plants with very thin stems. So all these things were hanging and there was a small garden. The forest had so many trees. Okay, so there were so many trees also in the forest. Then she looked again. Then she looked again. At her feet, Kanchi saw a mass of white starry flowers and smelled the lovely scent. Now she looked again into that garden at her feet. Okay. Then Kanchi finally saw there was a mass of white starry flowers. Okay. So what is the meaning of mass of? Mass of meaning is a large quantity of something. So many flowers he can find out, and he can also get the smell. Okay, smell the lovely scent. The scent was also very nice. Okay, the lovely smell of the flowers. And then they told, it must be the Limi, grandmother Daju, she called. Then Kanchi shouted, grandmother Daju, it must be the Limi. Okay, so students, please mark up to this. Today we are going to finish up to this. All of you please read the story, chapter number 11. Okay, saving the Limi. Please read this chapter and learn the meanings, word meanings. Write it down in your copy. Okay, bye all of you.